Welcome to Jesus Says It Is Finished, part 64. Today we'll be reading from pages 151 and 152. Recent remarks baffle the disciples. Concerned for their spiritual training, I tell them that our friend has died. Strange words coming from a loving teacher, Lazarus is dead, shocks them. Father permits his death to benefit many others. Instead of restoring health, I glorify him with a miracle at a gravesite overflowing with mourners, family, friends, and spies. This astounding marvel illustrates Jesus of Nazareth. The resurrection and life has a divine nature. Every pang of sorrow Mary and Martha experienced during this sad hour hurts me deeply, but knowing their faith will increase in strength is a comfort. By delaying, I set the seal of God on my claim to divinity. This is how his children appreciate the glory belongs to heaven. Faith should grow during annoying trials, which definitely challenged the temperament. To realize I am accessible is helpful to those struggling with discouragement at its peak. Reach out. Take my guiding hand. Because I see the future, you can trust your Redeemer. Walking to a familiar place, we stop, as is my custom, to help those in need. Bethany is in sight. I send a messenger to a home of fond memories, which has become a bustle of the grieving and the curious. Hearts were lighter during our prior visit. Today, we enter a scene of gloom. When I call Lazarus from his tomb, they will see absolute evidence I am the resurrection and the life. Men of high positions mingle among those who grieve the death of Lazarus. An evil objective of heartless intruders means keeping my distance, so the sisters come to meet me outside of town. Because sadness engulfs tender souls, Martha mumbles, "If you had arrived earlier, our brother would be alive." Touched by my tears, she tries to console her Lord. Believing in the resurrection day, heads nod when I promise Lazarus will resurrect. Looking around, Martha is aware several religious leaders are wearing masks of sympathy to justify their attendance. Mary, who loves my words of hope, speaks through quivering lips. As expected, she needs to know the reason her Lord waited so long. I ask to see Lazarus. While guiding me to the tomb, they weep. Life is so precious. Witnessing the grief of devoted siblings is hurtful. Now, these women assume Jesus is the Messiah. Soon, they will appreciate I am the resurrection and life. Lethargic mourners awaken to a mighty demand for the removal of a tombstone. They suppose a best friend wants to view the chamber. In an attempt to stop me, Martha repeats that he died 4 days ago, so he is decaying. At a higher volume, I demand the entrance be open. One signal, angels, would cause it to vanish, but God encourages humans to work with him. Dazed, the crowd surrounding the burial place switches their focus to a moving stone. Bitter enemies understand my confident claim to be the Son of God. No doubt, I am praising the Holy Father who hears my plea. To make crucial choices independent of Father is never an option. Miracles happen by faith in him. Thankful he has power over life and death, I reach heavenward. Those who must see Lazarus resurrect to believe have confirmation today. Muffled sounds made by a mummy figure shuffling toward the giver of life thrills believers. Those who accept the fact Father empowered me to awaken Lazarus from the sleep of death receive a great blessing. To cover the face of the deceased, preparers use a napkin. They wrap the body in grave clothes, long strips of white linen saturated with aloes and other spices. Men by the gravestone hear an order to unbind Lazarus and let him free. Silence gives way to chilling expressions of awe. Disease and the sting of death no longer curse him. He stands tall as one in his prime. Close sisters witnessed convincing evidence to trust the relationship between Father and me. My powerful command rang out when I told Lazarus to come forth. A hushed group watching the tomb saw a divine demonstration that proves I am the Son of God. Astonished believers celebrate the giver of life on this miraculous day. With eyes reflecting health, intelligence, and reverent adoration, he kneels to worship his promised Messiah.